And as this room fill up, be sure to hit the like. Sharing is caring. Share this content. Let friends, neighbors know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Cowboys got the right group of guys, according to Stephen Jones. Come on.
What more do you want from me?
One thing we all adore, something worth dying for. There's nothing but pain. We stuck in this game, searching for fortune and fame. We searching for wins now, baby. Hope, hold on. Pain is in. Come on. Mama said there will be days just like this. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2, and solution. Come on. All right. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Money, 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 money. Timothy says money. C. Burleson, shout out to you. Elijah. Come on with it. Almost King or most King. Appreciate you, man. Chill. What's good with you? Chill Mo D in the house. Come on with it. Who's grateful? Yeah. Appreciate you. Thank you. Come on with it. Happy Saturday to you all. Happy Saturday to you all. All right, so as you guys are relaxing and chilling with family and friends and getting a chance to watch some good old college football, the interview of Stephen Jones came out today, and I want to go over it. We'll do the long one, right? Since it's Saturday, and we got nothing else to do, right? We just going to kick it and go over this and see what we can get going. No scheme, Splenda, Poppy. Appreciate you so much. That's a new name for you, right? No scheme, but that's exactly what we are, Josh. Appreciate you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and kick it off and pop off that, and then from here, Cowboy Nation, we'll see how our feet will it be for where it's at, and then I don't know if I can play Space's audio from here, so we'll open up the Space line on the back end, not the phone line, but the Space line. If you're on Spaces on the Twitter, so let's listen.
That's good.
Right on, man. Dak says he's fired up about the offensive game plan that they have put together.
It's too loud right
up there going into this game. How you feeling about this opportunity against the Falcons?
Yeah, I think obviously, we've had a difficult run here the past couple of games, and I think everybody's drilled in and ready
better
to
audio.
Get back in the win column. And I think we had a really nice week of practice, and I feel like that we'll go up there and we'll play well.
Now, how do you look at just the overwhelming amount of injuries you guys have had on the defensive side of the football, and how possible it is to ask some of these guys to step up and do just as good of a job?
Well, it's just, it's the part of our business. And, things can happen like this, any given season where you have a tough patch. The good news with our injuries is, they're not for the season. And, we're expecting a lot of, to get a lot of guys back over the next couple of weeks. But in the meantime, we do have to have guys step up and play well. And, we're not totally ruled out some of the guys yet. We'll see how things go tomorrow in terms of, where we think they are. But certainly a challenge, but I think it's something that, Coach Zim and the defensive group will step up, and I think we can get the job done.
Yeah, we saw Micah ruled out along with Deron Bland. Any timeline to get them back? And then anything you can add on Trayvon Diggs with him being questionable and what he's dealing with?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think everything's just week to week, at this point with guys like Bland, guys like Micah. You just have to take it week to week. Diggs will take another long look at tomorrow and then make a decision.
So Diggs is a game time or game day decision there. I would say this, ladies and gentlemen. There's proactive and there's retroactive, right? And somebody said, "Law, these guys are inactive." Boy, I love y'all. We are not proactive for sure, right? And we lean a lot on the unknown. And I get it. The unknown is the unknown, and it's hard to quantify whether or not these guys can really buy with those things.
Well, what I'm saying is that there are known knowns and that there are known unknowns, but there's also unknown unknowns, things we don't know that we don't know.
And they live on that. I hope this guy don't get hurt. I hope that this guy is not playing up to par. I hope that this guy can stand tall or not at all, right? I hope. Whereas the teams that are contending, they are like, man, shoot, forget all of that. We going to go get this guy that we seen do these things before, right? We going to get a D-Hop. We going to go get, what I'm saying? They're going to go get some things, right? Yeah. So we live on the hope theory, right? Whereas I like the way Cedric the Entertainer broke it down many of years ago about the two different philosophies of people. There's a set of people that say, I hope no one is sitting in our seats, when they go into concerts or what have you. But Ced was like, boy, there's a certain group of people. You see how I'm saying it, y'all? Certain group of people say, I wish somebody is sitting in my seat. I wish a mother sucker would, is sitting in my seat, row 105. Yeah, it's going to be popping off on there. But because we're running a little late. And I hope no one is sitting in my seat on row 105, right? Yeah, but it is what it is. Come on with it.
Back in Lamb, we're talking about kind of maybe finding something late in that San Francisco game, getting back onto the same page. Do you have reason to believe that as well here moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons to believe it because they played so well together in the past. And certainly, it did feel like things were coming together for them. Obviously, a big game for CD. And, the guys kept competing out there and making plays. Certainly, they wanted to continue that into the last drive, but that's a work in progress, and we just it's a long season. We got 10 football games left. Certainly, as Bill Parcells used to say, you are what you are. Right now, we're 3-4, and not playing above average football. But I do think that's something. We got the right group of guys, the right group of coaches that'll.
Good.
That's where the guts went. Just dropped
them. All right, so how convenient it is to quote the great Bill Parcells now, right? All right, so with us or by us being 3-4 right now, and seeing, CeeDee Lamb caught fire. I don't want them to think that those were the intentions of it all with the 49ers. That all of a sudden what we seen, and I get it, the fourth quarter Cowboys, boy, we're back. But they played a different style of defense. They didn't play the same defense that they played in the first and the second and third, right? They switched it up just a little bit. They put their foot, they said that the foot was on the gas like this, and they were going 1,000 miles to nothing. Then they said, okay, let's rev it back just a little bit. Let's get into some prevent sets of defense, and let's give them everything underneath, and then that's when the Cowboys start rallying back just a little bit. And of course we did dial up some good plays, but if the Cowboys can play like they played the entirety of the time in the fourth quarter, then I'll say yeah, then I'll give them that. But there's no tangible information. If that's the case, then we should have been on the same page just like we were in the Ravens game in the last fourth quarter. You remember that, y'all? Who's old enough to remember how all of a sudden things start? Although we lost to the Ravens, then that's the thing that you should take and say, yeah. But those things are not transferable. The only thing that's transferable is doing like what other contenders are doing, right? Going out there and going to get somebody that can alleviate some things off from CeeDee Lamb. It is easier for the Atlanta Falcons to say, hey, we're going to ice Hobart or force Jalen Brooks or force whoever going to be the running back this week to beat us. It's idiotic thinking, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. Everybody in the National Football League got these ways of taking the pressure off, whether it's the quarterback that they like or the running back that they like or the wide receiver that they like. They know how to maneuver and not blah, blah, blah and say, I hope.
That have been in situations like this before, and I think we'll respond.
With Rico being back, how do you see the running back situation playing out on Sunday?
Yeah, I think it'll be great to have Rico back, and certainly, Dalvin's getting his feet wet now, and certainly we'll finalize everything tomorrow and go from there.
Should Rico, I mean, you look at the stats, and I know the stats don't say everything, Stephen, but it's 4.2, and then no other running back is above 3.1. Should Rico be a bigger priority in the second half of the season, in your opinion?
Yeah, I think he was certainly something that, before, we ended up having to miss the game last Sunday night. It was, the thought process was he'd start out the game and get the majority of the carries. But certainly that changed. But he, when given the opportunity, he's doing a good job with it. And certainly I know Mike will make the right call there as we move forward, but I know he thinks a lot of Rico and, what he can do for us. And certainly, that's the way the thing's starting to shape up.
Would you like to see?
My thing is with Rico, since y'all, everybody I'm hearing, they saying that, hey, this guy, he's our best back. He's phenomenal with him. We are the 32nd ranked rushing team in the National Football League. Last in attempts, to be fair, right? Rico haven't recorded a run that was more than 12 yards, y'all. Let me repeat this. Rico haven't recorded a run that's over 12 yards. And here's the other thing. I got everybody, mama, uncle, cousin saying that the reason why is because of the offensive line. I get it. The offensive line may be what is not maybe supposed to be, right? So you mean to tell me that this coaching staff can't get offensive linemen together? They can't get this ball. Like for example, everybody in the National Football League that don't have studded offensive line gonna look like this? You mean to tell me we can't accidentally get 15 yards on a run, 20 yards on a run? So you mean to tell me that based off of this offensive line, if I even go find a prime Adrian Peterson, that we'll still be ranked 32nd in rushing? If I go find me a prime, let's say Zeke Elliott, or a prime, who else I could throw out there? Jerome Bettis, Emmett, that we won't be able to get 15 yards, 20 yards? By mistake? We can't get that? And we be like, yeah, man. Yeah, man. LaDainian Tomlinson, man. Yeah, man. Boy, we 32nd in rushing. He good, though. It's just the offensive line, dog. It's just offensive line. We got LaDainian Tomlinson in his prime, and we can't get 15 yards, bro. I don't believe that that's the situation. Talent is talent. And what y'all are doing is y'all buying into the philosophy that our whole entire offensive line is trash, right? Like Tyler Smith lose on every single rep. BB lose on every 60 reps in the game. Them jokers losing on all 60 of them, man. Come on, man. Prime, Saquon Barkley, Prime Saquon Barkley. We'll still be, 32nd in the league. Nah, man, y'all, look. This is on coaching right here, man. It goes back to what we came up with before. If it's an individual stat line that the individual player can't do it, yeah, I get it. But when you have units bad, it's coaching. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it, y'all. If your linebacking core is bad, it's coaching. If one individual linebacker is bad, it's that damn linebacker, right? Across the board, we can look down every group on this team, offensively speaking, and say they bad. So it don't matter if you got the right, as the words of Stephen Jones saying, group of guys. You can have the right group of guys, but the wrong coach.
See Dak run a little bit more?
I think if the opportunities are there and he's
watch how long that pause is. Let me rewind this a little bit. Watch how long that pause is. Watch how long this pause is. This pause is longer than Jay Leno's chin. Watch.
Thanks a lot of Rico and what he can do for us, and certainly that's the way the thing's starting to shape up.
Would you like to see Dak run a little bit more?
1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3
I
Mississippi.
think if the opportunities are there and he's selective, strategic in how he goes about it, I think it's good when they give him that. And at the same time, you just got to look around the league, and a lot of the quarterbacks that have been hurt this year from running the football. So all these quarterbacks around the league are taught to be smart about it, and certainly Dak's been in the league now 9 years, and he knows when the opportunities are there, and I know he knows how important each and every game is now that we've had done quite as well as we'd like to do, and he knows how important each win can be for us. So, as we move forward, I know he'll look for those opportunities, but at the same time, he's going to be smart about it, and he can't help us if he's not out there playing.
Yeah.
Fear talk right there, man. Fear talk, man. That's fear talk right there, bro. Run the damn ball, Dak, if you can. You can get hurt, stepping outside of a car, you know what I'm saying, going down a flight of stairs. Miss the last step, fall and snap up everything. If it's your time to get hurt, it's your time. Preventative maintenance and all the stuff, slide, get out of bounds. Use the things. Look, when I see Pat Mahomes run, you be like, God, dog. It was one play, that brother was folded up like a cheap tent, folding chair. If he got hurt on that play, he got hurt on that play. Slide, get out of bounds. The rules are fixed so that the quarterback can get all of the yards he can. It was one game I was watching Pat Mahomes. He was running, he had like he was about to slide and kept on running again, So you're going to have to do that. And Lord forbid if you get hurt, but God stepped in and God allowed him to get hurt, y'all. So scared money make no money. So at the end of the day, if you playing scared like that, something happens. Something going to happen. Something will happen. I guarantee you that. That's life too, So at the end of the day, run, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if you can get that first down, go get it. Go grab it, And next man up. Next man up. So there are some plays that I've seen that they do that RPO or that read option stuff. And the team like, shoot, Dak ain't going to do anything with that. And they go straight to the running back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I said, damn, Dak, you can get the whole first down and everything, dog. But just run the ball. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna lose your guaranteed money? They're like, how you gonna lose what that's already guaranteed to you? You know, how you gonna lose what already you done got your money, right? It would have been a different story. It would have been a different story if he was going into this year and playing like he got to play for his contract. No, you done already got the bag. So Dak,
Spartans! What is your profession?
Run, Forrest. Yeah, come on, run.
Yeah, he's got a younger team around him. He's facing more pressure than before, and he's having to thread the needle more with tight window throws than ever. And his turnover-worthy plays are up, Steve. And I'm wondering if you want to see him continue to take risks in pursuit of points here, or if you want to see him throw it away. How would you prefer that Dak and the offense approach that dynamic in the second half?
Well, I would start with this, and no one knows it more than him. I mean, when you lose the turnover battle, it's been long projected in this league. You don't win games if you lose the turnover battle, and he knows how important protecting the ball is. And, at the same time, there's a proper time for risk. But, one of the staples have been of the last 3 seasons, when we've won the 12 football games is, we were winning the turnover battles. And certainly right now we're not. And he knows better than anybody we got to protect it. The flip side of that is we need defensively to go get some turnovers. So, it's a fine line there, as you said, between trying to make plays, put the ball in some tight windows at times. But no one knows more than Dak how important it is to protect the football.
All right. I can take that. Who on offense, who are the Cowboys playmakers or playmaker? Y'all put that name in the chat. Who are the Cowboys playmaker? Or who is the playmaker? All right, so when you're talking about diminishing rates of return, we got that. Jalen Brooks, Jalen Tolbert, Schoonmaker, right? Schoonmaker. Okay. All right, so Ice Cold gave me an answer of 88 and 87. Vicky says CD and Lamb. CD and that's it. That's about it. So, or 4. Okay. All right. So in order for the Cowboys to win it, right, we got to develop a strategy, a system, and a scheme for your playmaker, right? So if I'm the defense, what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to win games. I'm getting paid millions of dollars, right, to win the game. So my strategy is to take away your playmaker and force you to win via Tolbert, Brooks, and Zeke, and who else the running back is? Cook, Dalvin Cook, Rico. I'm forcing you to win that way, right? Hunter Lupke, right? That's why we got excited when Hunter caught that wheel route and ran it all the way up around the field, right? So the name of the game is, how can I get my non-playmakers the ball to make some type of impact so that I can get my playmaker the ball? What we call in life ancillaries, right? So like you playing spades, you got your spade card, and then you got your other card, but then you got your suits, whereas you got your kings, your queens, your jacks, your also you have your, if you're playing joker, deuce, deuce, right? You got your deuces, wilds, so we are playing with these deck of cards with limitations. We don't have an ace in our book. We only have one. And you got to know when to spend it, right? Aubrey, yeah. Aubrey is pretty good, right? So that Aubrey put that as a strategy, right? Brandon Aubrey is a legitimate strategy for us, meaning that with his foot, all we got to do is get within the 50-yard line. We have a higher percentage of chance of scoring, right? So we know that. We got that. That's a book. That's a guaranteed book, right? We know we can get some points if we can get inside the 50. So that's one point, right? The other solution would be CeeDee Lamb. We know that he is our playmaker. So he is the elixir for this team, right? So what you got to do is give him the ball early and often, right? Yeah, the royal flush season. Y'all, I love y'all, boy. But, all right, so we know that CeeDee Lamb is our ultimate playmaker. There should never be a game where he's not seeing the ball, touching the ball within the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game, right? All right, so our ancillary pieces are pieces that we don't depend on winning the game. We in the clutch, Dak Prescott. If it's all or nothing, don't go to them. The aficionados won't give you the benefit of the doubt. But if your ancillary pieces is giving you 11, 12 yards on the end around, do it until they say, damn, we got to focus in on him now. We can't show him one time and never revisit. Y'all see what I'm saying? When Turpin did that end around and got 11 yards, right? Now you got an opportunity to do it left side. You got an opportunity to do it back right side. So now it's going to be an indicator to, hey, this little ancillary piece is getting us, man. These little mosquitoes are biting real hard. You know? So now we can't absolutely continue to bracket cover CD. We can't continue to roll cover CD weight. And that frees up CD. If you're going to do this organically, and even though he fumbled the ball, we got it back. Football guys was on our side. So, yeah, but you got to give it more and more opportunities. He wasn't getting hit enough, right? Do it until they stop it. Don't play out of fear, oh, he fumbled the ball, right? He fumbled the bag. And then before you know it, all I want the Cowboys to do, if they're going to do this organically, is to continue to get things going. Right? Master Freight 731 checking in. Yeah. Continue to do it until they stop it. It frees up. Because organically, and since my Eagle people in here, yeah. They said, Law, you love the Eagles, but I can't stand y'all. But they don't have those type of problems. If AJ Hot, which he's been cold this year, he haven't put up some gaudy numbers. But he have another piece. He have another vice on the other end, Smitty, who DBs can't just wave off and say, man, we ain't worried about him. They got to be cautious with that. They got a game plan and make sure that they got a safety over the top. If not, it's touchdown. Come on. They got a bracket, AJ. Those are thoughts that they got to do. And then as soon as those are 4 players, don't y'all understand? Those are 4 players that's accounted for. 2 on AJ and 2 on damn Smitty. So Saquon Barkley, yeah, you want to load the box? Pick your poison. You load the box, hey, we got my playmakers on the outside. They can eat, even if it is a hitch or a comeback route. And if they go light on the box, hey, it's time for Saquon and them to get busy. You know, that's how it's supposed to be. But ain't nobody loading no damn box for us right now. They like, hey, man, shoot, we can stop the run before.
Stephen Jones with us here on The Fan. Your draft and develop strategy, you've been one of the best drafting teams in the league, but then when it comes to the second and third contracts, I wonder, are you getting the return on those investments for some of the players that you've handed out those contracts to?
Well, obviously, we just did CD, so we'll see. Diggs, obviously coming off an injury year, and not getting the picks that he likes to have under his belt. That one's a work in progress. Same with Steele, a work in progress. But you do have to pick and choose, especially when you're
right.
Signing even some of the bigger ones. Yeah. You certainly want to hit on them. So we'll continue to monitor that and see that. And most of the guys we are paying, as you said, we're drafting and developing, and we're spending the money on the guys that usually that we've drafted here. So we're always looking for ways to be better. I think you always have to evaluate exactly what you're doing, and if for some reason you're not having success, which happens to be the case up to the point in where we are this season, then you always have to evaluate, should we do something different, or should we be evaluating this in a different way. It's never I think in this league it's always a work in progress in terms of how we move forward. So we'll continue to evaluate it. Like you said, I think we still feel good about our process in terms of how we're drafting players, and certainly as we move forward, it'll be something that we'll evaluate throughout the season, as well as a complete evaluation at the end of the season in terms of if we want to change any strategies that we're using in terms of how we're putting our football teams together.
No doubt, no doubt. Tandem's been around for a long time, especially in wide receivers world. But you got to have it, right? You need it. Who's the greatest wide receiver of all time in your mind? Like, give me a name. Who you can probably throw out? What? Michael Irvin, right? Nah, Jerry Rice, one of the greatest wide receivers of all time, right? Did he have another threat on the other side for those who remember growing up in the 90s? Did he had another threat? Rice, right? Yeah, I'm awake. Moss. Jerry Rice, okay. You're seeing a lot of people, Jerry Rice. John Taylor was an absolute tangible thing for them, right? John Taylor was an absolute tangible thing for him, right? I'm looking up, and let me pull up 1994 since I can't stand them damn 49ers. John Taylor had 540-some yards, 5 touchdowns. He had Brent Jones, who's the tight end. He ain't no Jay Novacek. But even he had 670 yards and 9 touchdowns, bro. And we ain't talking about no 17-week schedule, 16-week schedule. Yeah. And he had Ricky Waters, right? So if we talking about some of the greatest of all times need help, come on, y'all. What we doing here, man? And Tolbert and Brooks ain't no John Taylor. I'm just saying, And J.J. Stokes, yeah. Steve Larchick, okay, yeah, that's Seattle land. Yeah. T.O. came a little later on, I believe in 98, 99 or something like that, And that's with T.O. He had the braces in his mouth, right? Irvin had Alvin, right? Yeah. And Kmart. So you got to have. And then, what, the real sleeper in the Cowboys was Jay Novacek, Mr. Third Down King himself, Jay Novacek. So what I'm saying is, baby, we need weapons, man. Jay Recruit, playmaker is the greatest. I want him in my foxhole, right? And I know you're talking about the playmaker, which is Michael Irvin. But you got to have another piece outside of that. Let's go to it.
Steven, other than winning in general or winning a Super Bowl, what would you say? Because we got the NFL, we got the trade deadline coming up. I'm curious, just like in terms of pure fun of your job and what you get to do is.
In terms of,
let me see what he say.
If we want to change any strategies that we're using in terms of how we're putting our football teams together.
Steven, other than winning in general or winning a Super Bowl, what?
Sure. Super Bowls ought to be when they say Super Bowl to these guys,
shame.
They need to stop.
Shame.
Super.
Shame.
Maybe they're talking about a super cup, a super fork, a super spoon. But super in a bowl? Nah, dog. We need to get some super plates over here, man. Dog, we need super silverware or something, man. But don't be saying super in a bowl next to Stephen Jones, because we are not putting together anything as it relates to such, right? But hope. So I need for them on 105.3 The Fan, just remove bowl. You can just say super anything. Say super cuts, super napkins, super water, but don't say bowl, Donnie. Come on now. Look. Let me hit him again.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
Yeah. Super cap. That's what we winning. You know, we winning the cap. We still talk about the money. We got $24 million right now on the table, just looking pretty. We super cap. That's what we got. Put super cap in the chat. That's what we do. You know, we got the super cap, super barbecues. Yeah. Super wall. TMOD. Super Walmart guys. Oh my gosh, Super Hope. Yeah, we got the Super Hope chances, baby. But don't put a bowl in it. We good until you put bowl next to it. You know, we haven't seen that in 30 years, man. Yeah. Jared needs to adopt the Al Davis motto. Just win, baby. Yeah, just win. Yeah, Super Kmart. Super Flea Market. Come on, baby. Just put super in front of everything but bowl as it relates to answering or giving questions to Jerry Jones or his son, Stephen Jones.
What would you say? Because we got the NFL, we got the trade deadline coming up. I'm curious, just like in terms of pure fun of your job and what you get to do, is
fun
wheeling and dealing around trade deadline,
wheeling
day,
and dealing
deals together that way. Is that the funnest part of your job? Is it draft day, perhaps, or maybe it's something else?
Excuse my French, but this shouldn't be fun. You can't operate in fun with this. You see, the other people, the other 31 other teams, maybe 30 other teams, I don't know if they got general managers that handle their businesses, but maybe we are the only one. So the other 31 other teams, they are in fear of losing their jobs. Ain't that right, Matt? Mr. Get More 187, appreciate you. Thank you so much for your support. Super cheap. Super trade deadline. All right, so, and shout out to the super chats, you know. Hey. But here's the thing. The other teams don't look at this as fun. They don't look at this as happy-go-lucky. They are looking at this, if they don't get this done, then they will be looking for a job next year. They don't have the luxury of sitting back saying, hey, we're waiting for this guy to develop. We're waiting for that guy to develop. Other teams don't have that luxury. So to consider this fun is a far-fetched. We as Cowboy fans, if you're in Dallas and you're wearing silver and blue, let me know how people embrace you. It's not warmly. They telling me about when I walk around, I had this shirt I got nothing but Cowboys gear, right? I love my team, right? I'm walking around, I was getting gas at the gas station. And I was full court press. Like I couldn't, trying to get the pump. You know, hey, let me tell you something about Jerry and them. You know, I said, Dad, you must be watching my show. You know, let me tell you about Jerry and them. They don't really care, man. I'm tired of this team, right? Hey, man, I've been following this team since 1972. And it's never been this bad, right? People are fed up in Dallas. Right? Super Dollar Tree outlet. Jeez. You can play on that super all day. Super sad. Yeah. So they shouldn't even mention Super Bowl or the trade deadline being fun and all of this stuff, because what they do is they sit back and they watch for everything to dry up. And they say, who we going to get? What players are out there? They let me know that you have a closed mind. There's teams are stretching and pulling and stretching to make sure that that team is equipped for the back end of the schedule. Chill says he still got his Morris Claiborne jersey. Morris Claiborne might hit you up and say, hey, man, I'll buy it from you. Yeah. For $5, man. Shout out to Mo, though. Hope all is well with him. The Lunatic says, know what is fun? Can't get fired fun. Shaking my head. Ooh. Wait. Facts! It's making my teeth white. Yeah. Yeah. It's real. That's real talk, though. Real talk. When you have the super invincibility of not being able to get fired, you can relax. You can literally scoff and make fun of other people. That what really gets me, though, is when we poke and make fun of others. Like the Joneses do. I can tell they used to be bullies. Silver Spoon, Stephen Jones. This brother said that when they made all of them damn moves for the Rams, he said they would never get back. They would never get out of that hole. He scoffed and laughed at the Rams. And what did the Rams do that year? You can mention Super and Bowl with them. When we made that trade to get Amari Cooper, he scoffed and he laughed at the Raiders. Well, we in the same boat as the Raiders since then. But nobody wants to be talked about after they did something to make their team better. If they took a risk, you know. See, that's the thing, you know. Rejections is part of life. But these boys are so high and mighty, they don't want to even get rejected. They don't want to pull up an offer and say, hey, man, we'll give you Jalen Brooks, Mozzie, we'll throw in Mozzie, yeah, and Donald Wilson, so that we can get this wide receiver off your team. So we can get a Calvin Ridley, you know what I'm saying? We'll take on his contract, but we giving you Donald, we giving you Mozzie, and we giving you Jalen Brooks. Right? And they pick up the phone, you Joneses, y'all out your mind. Then you pick up a phone again. You call somebody else. What about, have you considered Jeffrey Simmons, right? People scoffing and laughing at the idea of even this. I was on, where is it? I'm going to find it. Let me see what happened right here. Got some news. Hold on. Another chance. Okay. So some breaking news. The Cowboys is elevating Dalvin Cook and Joshua Butler from the practice squad for the Atlanta's game. So, well, I'm live. Yeah. So if you want to quantify that as breaking news. All right, so, but people laughing and scoffing at the idea that Khalid Herbert is granted permission to seek trade. And they said, look, Law, you don't know what you're talking about. I think he would be better on this team than the Deuce Vaughn, right? Or give us a little bit better than what we're seeing out of Zeke, Rico, at least give a shot in the dark than Cooks, you know. But it's the news. Shout out to Todd Archer. He says another chance for Cook to show us something, and then Butler insurance for now for Trayvon Diggs. Dog, don't y'all know how sad this is? And I like Josh Butler, man. He's a good kid, beautiful music. He also can sing and he can write and he can do a whole bunch of other stuff outside of football. And I'm trying to connect with him on some other projects down the line. But that's all good and fine and dandy, dog. But this is who we leaning on to win us games, man. We literally finna roll out there with Joshua Butler and probably Andrew Booth. Oh my gosh, man.
Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me.
Yo.
This is not.
What team is going to give, what media personnel or what team is going to say, hey, let's take it light on the boys? Who? They're the boys. Let's take it light on them. Why? Man, they without Bland. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got hurt. Yeah. And Diggs coming back from an ACL, now he got a pulled calf muscle, which normally with the pulled calf muscle is also an indicator that it rubs along at that Achilles there, that you really don't want to strain it and also get something else to be more lingering since he have an ACL thing, you know. So yeah, he an R&B football player. He got good music though. The boy can sing, you know. Now, but what I'm saying is, see y'all, look, do the expectations change? Is Kyle Pitts tomorrow going to be like, hey, they down a few people, man. Take it light on them, you know? Drake is going to take it lightly on us. London, I believe his name. Nah, shoot. They not finna take it light on us. They saying, baby, even though the game is also blessed. Because we know who Kirk Cousins is in primetime slot, right? But the game is at 12 o'clock. That's when Kirk Cousins can eat. Oh, my gosh, man. Coach them up, Law, Football Politics 101. Yeah. Hey, Law, you going to be the coach for the Cowboys on these guys that we haven't heard. Law, what's your first move of action? Okay. Yeah. My first move of action, I put in a trade request for a better situation. What position does Butler play? DB. He's a DB. So he's interchangeable. But at 167 pounds or 100, he's about 185, 190. He's DB on the outside. Yeah. Yeah, Law. How are we gonna help this team? I point to the waiver wire. Shit.
Well, the best part is winning, and nothing's near as enjoyable, when you don't win. And certainly, we're not where we projected in our thought process. We're not where we thought we'd be sitting here at 3-4. So, that's the first part of it. But yes, I mean, certainly, whether you're drafting players, whether you're putting your roster together, whether you're tweaking your roster, all that is a great part of what we get to do. And but it sure is a lot better when you're putting these things together and doing them and you're winning versus the flip side is when you're not having as much success as you thought you'd be having right now. But as I said, there's a lot of football left to play. We've had some challenges on the injury front, especially on the defensive side of the ball. And but still early in the season. We got 10 football games left to play, and feel like we can right the ship.
Now, speaking of the frustrations of losing, Steven, it looked like Mike Leslie and Trayvon Diggs patched things up pretty good. Did you see that?
Well, that's good to see that happen. I mean, Mike Leslie's a respected reporter, and I know Trayvon's a good man, and it was just one of those unfortunate incidences, and I'm glad they worked it out.
Now, I got to tell you, though, when Kevin asked you that question Monday on the fan here, your reaction was just textbook disappointed dad. So I wanted to give you credit for that. That was high entertainment. It actually wins our G Bag of the Day 4 days in a row, which is a little contest we do for the best audio in sports.
Amazing, Steven.
Yeah. Can you run it back for him, Lucius? Yeah. I don't know if you realize how this went down, but your sigh is just legendary. Here we
Putting
go.
brown nose on
Okay, so Trayvon Diggs comes out and talks to Mike Leslie while he's still in his pads about a tweet that he sent out asking what Trayvon Diggs was doing, and he said to Mike Leslie, "You don't know ball. You can't do what I can do." Mike Leslie responds, "I'd love to talk to you about it." And Trayvon Diggs walks back into the locker room and says, "You can talk about D's nuts."
Yeah. Well, I don't have anything to say because I don't know about it firsthand and not going to comment on that.
Just a legendary sigh and a Steven. So,
So good, man.
wanted to give your
Man.
flowers on air for that one.
Cringe-worthy. What?
Say because I don't know about it firsthand and not going to comment on that.
Just a legendary sigh and a Steven. So
good, man.
wanted to give your flowers on air for that one.
Well, you guys are great. And it's good to be on with you. And,
really. Yeah.
You liar!
I do whatever you can do to keep that contract. Yeah. All right, man. Plenty of football left, which let's look into this. Boy, the NFC West, boy, that's a damn shame. The Arizona Cardinals up top, man. I didn't even know that. 4-4. The San Fran 4-4. The Seattle Seahawks 4-4. And the Rams are 3-4. Carolina 1-7. New Orleans Saints, they won their Super Bowl week 2, so they 2-6. Them jokers haven't seen a victory since then. Tampa, they was high and low at one point in time. People like, man, them damn Tampa boy, you better watch out for them. And then the Atlanta Falcons are 5-3. Chicago 4-3. Damn, NFC North is doing something crazy over there. 4-3. 5-2, 6-2, 6-1, and by the Cowboys being in this division 3-4, and although he's saying that there are plenty of games left, our calling card right now is that we are 1-0 in our division, right? And I hope that we can pull this off with Mike McCarthy, whereas we can sweep our division, right? And that could be our hope. If we're gonna do nothing else against common opponents, we got at least 5 more games within the confines of our division. So, because we already won one of them, right? So we can sweep. If we can sweep, that's a big if. But I'm all into the hope game. That's 8 wins right there. You can have 8 more. You can have 8 wins here, right? If you're just looking at it from a division situation. If we can squeeze out this win against Atlanta tomorrow, which is a real tall task too. Real tall task. Then you can be buying into what they are selling, right? But the odds of it with Butler and maybe Carson's coming back, if not Carson's Andrew Booth, I don't know what happened to Izzy, but that could be a situation there, right? So when we look into this particular division, I'm saying that it is what it is right now, but it's going to be hard, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be flat out hard to be able to do these type of things, collectively speaking, when you're talking about the Dallas Cowboys. When you're going into the details of the Dallas Cowboys, it's sad, ain't it? I'm awake, but that's all I got left. It's the historical data of Mike McCarthy versus the NFC East. if they calling it that way, because 10 games may not get you into the postseason. 10 games may not get you into the postseason. Predicated upon what the NFC West is doing, and as well as the NFC North is doing, because everybody's pretty much tight there, So that's going to be a difficult situation for the Cowboys to be 3-4 with the expectations and the levels of winning every game to this point. Now, we're live now on the X app. Appreciate y'all so much. Let me see if I can share this. Hold on. So if y'all want to jump in and conversate with me, click it right here. All right, you click that link right there, and we try something different right here. We live on the X app, and or X Spaces or Spaces, and I pinned it to the top of the page here. Yeah. So my thing is, ladies and gentlemen, this is a stretch. The Cowboys, we got a long way to go. And in order, 22 Savage says playoffs. Now I said super and bowl. We shouldn't be mixing that over here in Cowboys. We could say super fork. We could say super butter knife. Maybe a super straw, but we can't say bowl over here, So just raise your hand. I don't know how the X app go all together, but raise your hand if you want to be a speaker on the X app, and we will let you in to get in. Yeah. We got Krypton in there. We got Major Key Blades up in there. Appreciate you. G Wiz, Mo, and D White that's in here. And we got one other listeners in the house, man. So y'all jump on in here and we'll get super by. Super strays. Come on with it. Yeah. But my thing is, with all what Stephen Jones is saying and Jerry, is that they ultimately love their guys. They will fall on the sword for their guys. They will do anything and everything in their power for their guys, right? But in actuality, if you want to win, if you want to make it far in the National Football League, you need players, man, and you need more than one. Like I said, super crooks, yeah, come on with all of the supers y'all can come up with. Super not happening. Super fly. Come on with it. So if the Cowboys are who they are, or who they say they are, and they leaning on just the guys that they have and not with the ability to go into this trade deadline, to shake it at least to see what can fall out of this trade, then we too complacent. They're operating out of comfort. There's no growth in comfort. You can't get that six-pack sitting down eating ice cream on the couch. But I guess BBLs are not just germane to the backside. I guess you can go get the six-pack and just insert them in, right? So those are things that we are looking at right here. Shout out to you, Dodger. Appreciate you, man. Thank y'all for all of y'all that jumping in and being part of these type of conversations here. So we going to get y'all up in here, man. Come on with it. Super rebuild. Come on with it. Boy, the Cowboys, man. If anybody knows how to really get us going, man, are the Joneses. We are the only organization franchise where the son and dad, they compete. They compete with airtime. Ladies and gentlemen, they compete. And I don't know, Stevie John look just as old as Jerry. I mean, they look like they the same age on this picture, man. God, dog, you would never know if I was an alien from outer space, right? And I come land here on Earth, and they say, which one is the daddy? You'd be like, maybe the one on the left, not the one on the right. So, them jokers look like they the same age, man. Super delusional. Yeah. Soup Bowl, come on with it. That's still too powerful. Come on with it. Yes, indeed. No growth in 30 years. Oh, my God. Y'all crazy, man. Shit. That's the craziest laugh of all. Get out, man. Shout out to everybody on the spaces, man. Let me know. Raise your hand if you want to get in. Major Keyblades. Let me know. Lou. I know Lou. Come on, get in on this, man. I don't know how to get you up on here, but get in on this, dog. Get in on this. Lou, come on with it. I messed up to hit the wrong button. All right, come on with it. So somebody requested approve. Come on with it. Let me see if I can. I'm trying to build the plane as we fly. Come on with it. Yeah. Approve. Okay, I'm proving y'all. Come on with it. Let me see how I can get over here to the open deal here. Bear with me. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're live. Come on, man.
All right, what's going on, Law?
Not much, man.
Hey.
Appreciate you over here on the spaces, man. The floor is yours. Whatever you want to talk about today, let's get it going, fam.
Oh man, so much. But the reason why they saying we have our right guys, and we're only going to deal with our guys, is because they can't make deals, real deals. He doesn't know how to. They don't know how to.
All right.
They'll throw away Amari Cooper for a fifth round and say we got the money instead. But where did you spend the money? You didn't bring in a better player. All you brought in was the same thing you do every year, which is bring in a bunch of unproven journeymen.
Yeah.
And say, oh, that's how we're going to use the money. What, we signed Michael Gallup? We already signed Michael Gallup. We already got that money.
Yeah.
So, like it's crazy to sit here and listen to these guys talk and pander because they don't know. They know how to. They know how to sell the customer. They don't know how to. They don't know how to provide a product. Providing a product on the field with a great coach. I don't care that you do the young guy thing. I'm fine with that. Actually, I like it because if you develop them, they can grow and it'll last longer. Okay, cool. But like I said, if you go with the young fellas, you have to have a strong enough coach to hold them accountable. You can't have them pussyfooting around and slapping them on the ass and say, get it next time.
No doubt.
You can't. That's not it. Or get the veterans to hold the players accountable. Get you some high-class veterans like the Rams did. They got a strong coach, but you went out and got some real vets. They got some skins on the wall. You talk about the coach, you want skins on the wall, but you want a bunch of journeymen. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can't have it both ways. It sounds like a controlling wife. You can't have it both ways. You got to figure out which way you want to go, but you got to stick to it. You can't say you want it this way, but also you can't. But if you figure it out, you listen to them and keep talking about it. They straddle the fence. That's how they do business.
Man, you right on the money with it.
They don't jump on one side or the other. They don't say we're all in. It means they're still straddling the fence. I don't know what kind of infatuation they got with it straddling the fence. It's kind of weird to me.
They said it. They like to be above the rim, or hanging around the rim. That's what they said. Yeah, that's what they said. Yeah.
What does that even mean? What does that even mean? Most people want to dunk.
Yeah.
They're like, what are you talking about? Nobody wants to hang around the rim. I'm going up there to dunk the ball.
Man.
But that's what they do. That's what the Joneses do. That's how they keep us. They keep dangling this carrot in a fan's face. I know the play. I'm really sick and tired of Dak not speaking up.
Oh snap! I got some more breaking news, man. Oh my God!
Go ahead.
Hold on. Let me get my breaking news button together. Oh Lord! Oh Lord! Lord! We got breaking news. According to John Machota, Machine Gun John says that the Cowboys running back Zeke Elliott will not travel with the team to Atlanta. He will be inactive for tomorrow's game. Yeah, so we're going to roll out Rico, and we're going to roll out Dalvin Cook and Hunter as your running back trio.
Oh, Lord. Hey, Zeke's dad said Show me where Zeke has been a bum. Whoa, inactive. There you go. That says enough. That says enough.
No doubt, man. That speaks volumes over there, man, on that. Let me see if I can add Major Key, man. See if you can jump in on here, man. I'm testing something. Unmute yourself.
Mic check.
Okay, good. So that's how that operates. So with that being said, hey Lou, I'm gonna circle back to you, but I'm gonna get Major Key up in here, man. What you got on this, bro? What you got on this, bro?
What's up, Law, man? Love what you do. I got 2 questions. And I don't know. So the first one, I don't know necessarily all the NFL stats in history or whatever, but is this current Cowboys run game, is it the worst in NFL history?
I don't know, but it is worst of the 2024 season, right? By far, we are dead smack last in running the ball. We are the 32nd rushing team in attempts, yards after contact, all of this stuff. We are dead smack last. That's
why I asked that, because even if it normally, I feel like when a team is has a bad run game, like even if they're like the worst in rushing yards, like they might be ranked like 28th at least in like touchdowns or something,
right?
Or like 27th in yards per attempt. But it seems like this team is just dead last in every category, and I don't know how many times that's ever happened.
Hold tight for me, Major. Hey, do y'all still hear echo now, or is it all good in the chat? Put 1 in the chat if it's no echo. Put 2 in the chat if there are any echoes. But yeah, Major, keep going.
All right. So my second question is, and I've asked a couple people on Twitter about this, and I haven't really gotten an answer. But what is there like heat between the Joneses and other GMs around the league? Like, because sometimes it feels like it feels like other GMs are maybe blackballing the Cowboys, because it doesn't make sense to me how other teams can be out here making moves, and getting pretty sweet deals. But then when the Cowboys, they never get any deals, and when they do get deals, it seems like they're coming out on the wrong end of them. Like that Amari Cooper deal, how you sent him to Cleveland for like a 5th or something, and then Cleveland ends up flipping him for a 3rd, and that doesn't, that would never happen with the Joneses. So I'm just wondering, like, is there like animosity around the league with how the Joneses operate?
Well, there's the cons and pros, man, when you are like the Joneses, because when you make a trade, it's gonna be big, right? It's gonna be the most talked about. Ryan Switzer, the year he got traded for some guy that we don't even know of, it was like the news for that particular week. So whenever the Cowboys make a news or trade, it's going to be more impactful than other teams, because we are the Cowboys. Everybody, mama, uncle, cousin will be talking about it. So nobody wants to be on the bad end of that, because the Minnesota Vikings for many of years been the team that gave the Cowboys their dynasty, right? So because of that trade. And unfortunately, yes, you're right. I wasn't aware of this until like 5 or maybe 7 years ago, that not everybody is fond of Jerry Jones. That's really making billions of dollars of the other owners. There are other owners that's jealous. They got animosity. They got hate towards Jerry Jones because of the fact that he gets all of the shine. He gets all of the prime clicks and views and stuff like that. So, yeah, not everybody's fond of Jerry, right? So you get that. And then on top of that, it's a different feel when Jerry is on the phone, right, opposed to, let's say, they're a general manager that you may not know of. Nobody probably know who's the general manager for Arizona Cardinals without using Google, right? Nobody probably know who's the general manager for Atlanta or Tampa Bay. But when they are on the phone making these deals, it's different when you got, hey, I'm Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, and we like to take a look at your player, right? So that's how that deal goes.
All right, yeah, thanks. Good luck on the answers.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Anybody else want to jump in, man? Over here on the Space app, Jump on in. I see my guy Cole's Cowboy, man. Jump on in here, man. Let me get your voice going, bro. Speak to the nation, because at this point, it's difficult being a Cowboys fan, right? Because we do have what's in our bag of what happened 30 years ago. But that right there, bro, is old news, man. We need something tangible now, Give me something now, So that's that's part of the problem there, is that we don't have the things that we can talk about now, and that's the issue there for me. So when we go back and forth with everybody on those type of things, it becomes those issues there. And I probably hit the wrong button and I messed up something over here. Bear with me, man. I got to go back to my spaces. Got to rejoin. Hold on. Join, reconnect. I don't know if my spaces people can still hear me, but we're going to try to figure this out. We building the plane as we fly. And I think, okay, so they request and I got to approve. And let's get back to it. I hope we fix this in the future, though, y'all. Okay. Boom. And I hit this button right here, and we should be back. All right, cool. So Cole, what's good, dog?
What's good, man? Hey, no, bro.
What's up?
Where you at, man? I know you ain't at home, bro. I thought you were gonna be at the homecoming, man.
Man, I'm at the crib, man. And they said the weather ran me off, so shoot. Yeah.
Hey, it's all good, man. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This has to be like ever since 2020. This has to be one of the worst football. Like, I'm ready for week 18, bro. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you, man.
Mm-hmm.
but I seen it coming. The way how we moved in the off season. Like, I knew it was gonna be. I figured we probably might be able to squeeze some games that we ain't had no business winning. At least we did with the Steelers. We pulled that one off. But
right.
I didn't think it was gonna be this bad, man.
Think about this. Think about this.
Yeah.
The 3 games that we did win, right? Or the 3 games we were able to win with.
Exactly.
Let me just play devil's advocate. If you had Jameson Winston first week of the season, do we win that game?
It'll be a close one.
It'll be a close one. All right. And in that Steelers game, if you had Sierra Husband in that game, do we win that one?
I don't know, man. We probably lose that one.
Because Justin Fields, and then I guess the Giants. We going up against Daniel Jones, man. If they had me as quarterback, I'd play. But but shout out to Daniel Jones, man. But man, the 3 wins that we do have, they are not very convincing wins, by the way. Outside of the first one, we can't play that game, but it is what it is. Deshaun Watson is Deshaun Watson, but I don't have a lot of room to talk about because my quarterback. What's going on with Dak, man?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, he not using his legs. Like he not playing. He playing like the Dak before after the San Francisco game.
Yeah,
that's the Dak we getting. Being cautious, trying to force things to CD instead of extending those easy 5-yard plays to get first downs. Like, he not using his legs like he used to.
Yeah,
we've been banging on the table, and in that Chargers game, that's when he started to emerge into the MVP runner-up that we saw last year.
Yeah,
it's just too much going on, man. The offensive line, they're not gelling. The offensive line been trash since Mike Solari got into the building. So we need to have a serious conversation about that guy.
Yeah,
but
we do.
Other than that, it's just if he could just use his legs a little bit more, I could see something, happening. Because we made it happen without a running game last year. So we're blaming our running game, which yes, that's an issue. But man, we did it last year without it. So we need to figure something out. Might need to be a little bit more, what you think, man? Because we didn't have a good running game last year.
Can you hear me now? No, you can't.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear me. Good. I'll just making sure because I muted it on my end over here, so I'm trying to figure out how I can do it too. So you can't hear me. That's good.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, you see what I'm doing. All right, good. But so as long as you can hear me, then that's good. All right, so.
Oh yeah.
it's a difficult situation collectively. I would say this altogether, that the Cowboys, even though they didn't have the immense amount of run game last year, Tony Pollard was still able to keep us in float, right? He still was 1,000 yards back, and on top of that, we wasn't where we are at now as it relates to last in attempts. You got to at least attempt to run the ball, at least come up with a strategy to play the game of TOP, meaning that you're going to collectively kill the clock so that you won't get burnt out and blown out in games. Keep it balanced. That's how you win. You still there, Chief?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, good. But I appreciate you, man. Hey,
yeah, for sure,
give me your score prediction before I let you roll.
Man. How's D? You think D is going to play?
Man, they elevating Joshua Butler, so evidently they got something that they are in fear of over Diggs, that it may not look good. And then when you DNP, and then you're expecting to get out there on the field to make something happen, I don't think he's healthy from the jump, you know.
Man, I already made enough enemies on Cowboys land as me. Hey, okay.
Well, why you got enemies, man? Sure, there should be no enemies.
They say I'm negative, man. I've been negative all season, but and I was like, hey, the Falcons might be the game that we will win. That's what I said. But I'm gonna say we probably keep it cool. We might be able to keep it close. They played pretty good last year, probably like 20. I say 25 to 30 or something like this. Some crazy score. Falcons gonna win, man. I hate it, man, because I live in Atlanta and bruh.
Yeah.
They ready
I
for me,
know, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, Chief.
For sure, man.
All right. JV boy, man, or JV bad boy, 74 in the house. You're live, man. Come on, elevate yourself. JV boy. Yeah, JV boy. JV boy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
can you hear
I can
me?
hear you, bro. I can hear you, bro.
Oh,
You're live. You're elevated, man. You're elevation for the nation, man. Come on with it, man.
What's going on? What's going on, bro?
Nothing much, bro. Nothing much, man.
Hey, check this out. One of your speakers earlier, they said something so profound, saying that the Joneses can't what they say, make moves, finish moves.
They can't.
That is what I'm calling you about talking about right now, because I remember when Deron Bland first fractured his foot, everyone was so quick to see the evidence that he got his foot fractured from the x-rays, how fast they were to bring those out and show everybody and things of that nature, and say it was a 6 to 8 week injury, or 4 to 6 week or whatever. And now all we hear is it's a setback and we don't know what's going on, and we just got to wait until he is better and things of that nature.
But you know what happened, though, JV? Any normal team, when those type of things happen, guess what happened? After an injury like that, knowing that you're already down, Diggs, and knowing that he's not 1,000%, you know he can't be 100% coming off of that ACL. Any normal team would have been like this.
Sign a free agent.
We got breaking news. The Dallas Cowboys have made an agreement with XYZDB to bring him in.
You said J.C. Jackson, huh?
J.C. Jackson.
Xavier Harris, huh?
Biggie, somebody climbing up out of the grave to come save the team. It could be prime time with 9 toes. We bringing him in.
You said Stephon Gilmore. Stephon Gilmore would have already been back.
Yeah. We should have made that move proactively speaking, by the way. But by the Cowboys being retroactive and we got the right group of guys, he switched it up. He didn't say the right kind of guys or we like our guys. His brother from another mother said we got the right group of guys. Come on, baby. We got a trough of guys over here that we can work out and get right, man. Come on with it.
These guys played football some point in time in their life. They didn't play. They probably didn't play last year, but they still play football at some point in time in their life. This is the group we need. You know what I'm saying? They got experience.
Yes, indeed, man.
Man, do you think that they should just go ahead right now since Deron Bland is on the team right now?
Right.
Go ahead and make that trade and trade them on off
Trade
because
away Bland.
the trade deadline ends in 3 days.
Hell no. Now this is where I don't agree. Now don't trade, don't cut your nose off to spite your face. You know.
Well, the only reason I say that is because we're constantly hearing that he ain't right now off this foot injury, and I believe it's not the injury. I believe it's contract negotiations, and I believe if they made him an offer he couldn't refuse, he'll be playing Sunday.
I seen the kid out there. He ain't moving like he's supposed to. I'm cool with the Blands, man. If something like that happened, I'll give you some insights to that. But outside of that, I just think that this is up to Jones's way now. You know, when you get hurt, you guaranteed to get paid over here too, by the way. If you get hurt, you get paid. That's part of the contract negotiation. Yeah, Tyrone Crawford, when he got hurt, you get paid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Barry Church, he got hurt, he got paid. You know, Michael Gallup, he got hurt. Oh, let's go ahead and pay him the millions of dollars that they saved from Amari Cooper. They gave it to Gallup, and somewhere Gallup is on is doing commercials and stuff, man. So it is what it is, man. But I appreciate you, JV boy. We're gonna let somebody else get elevated over here, bro.
All right, there, bro. Hey, y'all have a great one.
Yes,
I'll be listening.
Score prediction.
Woo, man, I'm over here thinking something like 42-30.
Who though? Come on,
huh?
Man.
Oh man, you ain't gonna never. I ain't gonna never go against my Cowboys for sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking something like 42-30 because defense can't stop nobody. But they pass defense is horrible. So sure. Hopefully somebody get their head out their ass and go ahead and call some kind of new wage philosophy.
Oh my God! If we score 42. If we just go 42 with the 27 ranked offense that we got, knowingly that all we have is Dak Prescott and Lamb, they ought to just go ahead and airmail him the MVP trophy. Even though we be 4-4, they can give him the MVP.
Hey, man.
Here you go,
hey,
brother.
Man, it can't be no much worse than the guy who lost 250 last week.
I know, right? Right. But appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man.
All right, man.
No doubt, man. Oh my God, we're gonna have. You can mute yourself, man, but I'm going to bring up attitude, man. Come on in here, man. Get in on this, man. Come on, attitude. What you got, bro?
What's good, baby?
Hey, all is well, man. 42-30, baby. You better watch out.
Yeah. But buddy's bugging, though, for real. What's good with it? What's good with it, Law, man? Fire Jerry, the GM. You know, we out here. We live. That shit ain't going to die.
No. We don't die. We multiply right here, you know.
And we multiplying hate for that motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
We this is no recorded type shit, right?
Oh man, we live. We live on Facebook. We live on Instagram. No, we ain't live on Instagram, but we are live on the YouTube page, and we got a lot of folks watching, bro.
Okay. So let me tone it down a bit.
Yeah, just a bit, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah.
Yeah. You know, we just, I'm just pissed off because Penn State lost. I'm a big Penn State fan, and they lost to Ohio State again. You know what I mean? Wow. But look out, big, talk about Ben Johnson. No, Ben Johnson. Look at that offensive coordinator that Penn State got. He is creative, man. He really creative. But anyways, let me say some shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
I've been saying this shit since the beginning of the season. Before the Browns game. At Browns game, Jerry Jones came out and said, I made Dak the highest paid player. This is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are now, 3-4, with no hope in the horizon. There ain't no hope, and there ain't no help coming. So, do we even know how to draft in the top 10? Do we even know how to do that without fumbling?
All right. So when the last time we drafted? Zeke was the last time, right?
Zeke was like a, and I didn't even like the Zeke pick. I wanted Jalen Ramsey.
You wanted Jalen, then go back in and
get Derrick Henry.
Did Derrick Henry? Well, here's my thoughts with Zeke pick. It would have worked miracles, man, if Tony was still healthy. Zeke was a Tony Romo deal because they were trying to get back to 2014. They saw how successful that was with DeMarco Murray. So they had
want
to
a fumbling Murray back. They don't want another. They don't want a They want a DeMarco Murray without the fumbling issues.
Right. And Zeke was one of the running backs that rarely put the ball on the ground. So I get that notion. But if you go back to the other time we had a top 10 pick, I think it was Tyron Smith, or was it Mo Claiborne?
No, Tyron was 14th overall.
14th.
No, it might have been. No, you know what? It might have been Tyron. He might have been 9th pick. You're right.
Yeah, it was Tyron, and it was either him or J.J. Watt. Remember, we went with the offensive side, but the one is
which is okay. That one panned out. That's fine.
That one panned out. Well, would you rather have J.J. Watt?
Yeah, but he did protect Romo's blind side though.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And Tyron, he's one of them good. He's one of the greats, one of the greatest Cowboys that ever played for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with that one.
So they okay. So they batting pretty good. Because Micah, if you considered him being the 10th pick, but they got slid back to the 12th, right?
Yeah.
And then you got to look at the Claiborne. Claiborne, we passed up on Stephon Gilmore, and we passed up on Luke Kuechly. We traded up to go get that brother. So the Claiborne thing was kind of worse for us, man, because he really. Yeah.
Because we got issues over here in Dallas.
Yeah,
we got issues on defense. You know why we got issues? Because we got personnel issues. I'm not talking about mentality. I'm talking about physical, metrics of not physical, the physicals of a player.
Right.
I'm saying it right now. Micah Parsons, and I've been saying it for a minute now. I'm going to keep saying it. If we don't switch to a 3-4 defense, then trade Micah Parsons today. Trade him. There ain't no point. He ain't a 4-3 edge. He's an undersized 4-3 edge, and we can't be having him. And people say, yeah, we're gonna use him as a chess piece.
Right.
We don't even know how to use him as a chess piece. You know what I mean? Micah, if we play nickel defense and you got Osa and you got Micah, D-Law, we're gonna get home if we're playing nickel. That was the problem last year, and Dan Quinn. That was the problem with Dan Quinn, is that we play a lot of undersized men that can get up front quick.
Right.
But when it came down to the smash mouth football, what happened? We got our asses beat. So if we don't go into a 3-4, which I believe Micah Parsons, along with Lawrence Taylor, Khalil Mack, T.J. Watt, all these linebackers that are around the size of Micah, they succeed because the 3-4, you got to get you at least 3 big ass boys in the middle.
All right.
And get your 2 outside linebackers. You got your Sam Williams. I can deal with Sam Williams being outside linebacker. You got to go get you a Deion Walker type of player. Last year I said we got to go get T'Vondre Sweat. That would have made it better for Micah. But now he's the only player that we can really say, okay, if we're not going to change the scheme for him,
right,
then we can trade him for at least 3 first-round picks and maybe a player back. That's the only. If we being realistic now, I know we get. He's my favorite player in the Cowboys. I got a sentimental value when it comes to Micah Parsons.
Right,
I'm a Penn State guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I already know. Mm-hmm.
I'm number 11. You know what I mean? So if we don't go that route, because we could trade Micah, get you a Deion Walker, and get you Abdul Carter in the same draft, and then that, you know what I mean? If you don't want to do that, then get you a fat zero tech. I want a zero tech, and get you Mike on the outside linebacker, change the scheme up, because there is no way in hell a 4-3 is ever going to work.
To sweeten that value, I need Parsons to get back then, because he got 1 sack for the season so far, and he wasn't looking as if though he was fitting right into the system.
He's not, and you know what, man, he wasn't even an edge to begin with. D-Law went down. And Dan Quick cooked. He cooked with when D-Law went down, and Micah was playing against the Chargers, and he showed pass rush ability. But we all saw that at Penn State. He could pass rush.
Yeah, he can.
That's you know what I'm saying. In college, he did that, so we know he could do that. He blitz off the weak side, the strong side, up the middle. He did that in college.
Yeah,
now in the NFL,
but you know what? He just too valuable to the Joneses for them to trade him though. And
well,
I
he's
think
in a business standpoint, yeah, he's too valuable. But you know what, cuz it's always for the Dallas Cowboys, always the next man up. So
Next man
they can make anybody a superstar. Anybody that plays for Dallas Cowboys can have their own podcast and come out and Bleacher Report, ESPN, Fox Sports. It don't matter. If you got a star in your helmet, you a superstar. It don't matter nothing. If you all pro once you play for the Cowboys, you set for life. You can begin to be in media. You know what I'm saying, cuz?
Let me let Devon on, but man, in closing, man, what you got for your score prediction, bro?
38 Falcons, 16 Cowboys. I'm out of here.
Appreciate you. Good.
What's going on,
What's
Law?
good with you, man?
What's going on, my Mississippi brother?
Hey, man. What's good, man? For the SIP, man. What's good? Who this, man?
This Devon, man. What's going on?
Man, what school you went to, bro?
Went to Merle High School.
Oh, Merle.
Man.
Shout out to the Merle Mustangs, I believe, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Them Stangs, boy, back in the day. Oops, I'm live. Oh, go ahead.
But as far as the Cowboys, okay, assuming this season continues to go downhill and the Cowboys decide to move on from Mike McCarthy, right?
Right.
From a coaching standpoint, who do you think would be the best option for the Cowboys? And I'm not talking about just in terms of being an X and O's guy, but in terms of like a culture changer for the Cowboys. Because X's and O's is one thing, but I hear a lot of, people always speak about the Cowboys culture. It's too soft. It's a country club atmosphere. The media too involved. So who do you think would be the best option for the Cowboys moving forward?
From a cultural aspect, it have to be someone that can stand toe-to-toe and look eye-to-eye to Jerry Jones and John Stephen Jones. And that's going to be a hard thing to do from a guy if he's a first-time coach, right? Because you dealing with alpha male mentality, whereas you can't really say things to go against the grain with them boys. So they looking for someone that can walk and hold their hand and side by side. Think about it. Look at how the media at 105.3 The Fan folded, right? Like a wallet or a lawn chair as it relates to going back and forth with Jerry.
What's your point?
So my point is that you got to be able, Jerry, I know you're listening, you got to be able to get somebody just like a Bill Belichick, maybe a Mike Vrabel, but it got to be somebody like a Bill Belichick, a retread on the older end, and pray to Allah, God, Yahweh, that those guys can go out there and get a young offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator to blend in with them.
Okay. And another question I had about the Cowboys is like, why do you think this team has been so reluctant, or the organization rather has been so reluctant to commit to a full rebuild?
Man, it's hard to rebuild. Or I would rather blow it all the way up instead of trying to build it while we fly. It would have been 100 understandable, right? 100 understandable if everybody got fired after that Green Bay game, right? We wouldn't have been we're like, okay, that's logically speaking, right? We got our ass whipped at the crib. Versus the Green Bay, looked like nobody came out. The team wasn't motivated. The offense didn't look the same. The defense didn't look the same. It would have been 100 understandable. But by going into a lame duck season, you got a very, 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 very large room of temps. Everybody's looking for their job next year. People don't know whether or not they're going to be here, so they are not giving you their all from the coaching staff. They are on Monster. They are on LinkedIn. They are on all of those places looking for a job. And if somebody else get a job, Devon, they're saying, hey, man, you're going to look out for me, right? You got it, right? Yeah, so it's crazy.
It's crazy, man. Well, that was only two questions I really had for you, Law, man. I appreciate your content, man. Keep doing what you're doing. And I'm going to get up out of here.
No doubt, man. I got Kaysen next, man. Come on, get on up on the stage, man. And give me a 1 in the audio if y'all can hear me clearly, if y'all can understand the people that's tuning in. Kaysen, you live.
What's going on, man? I'm calling from Mississippi. Just as
Shout out to you. What school you went to? Which one of those 82 counties you was in?
Starville High School.
Okay, appreciate you, bro. What you got for me?
Man, I was just calling from I just wanted to see if you happen to have any perspective or thoughts on what you think about the Cowboys, what they will do in the off season. Because I think that I'm not sure how this season's gonna go, but it could go. It's probably going to end bad, and just fire Mike McCarthy. It's kind of like where I see it going, and
Yeah.
they're going to do some coaching searching, and I think in the all season, they're going to have to restructure some deals with Dak's contract and CD's contract. I think that builds around 80-something million. I think, and then you have somebody that you can. I think you have Terrence Steele that
Right.
they possibly could let go, and I think if you let them go by June, the post June, I think that saves you about 12 million there. So you have about 100 million that you can work with, and then you can be able to pay Micah and do what you want to with the rest of the money. My thing is, you know, I just feel like that Jerry and them, they're just gonna kind of like just re-sign their guy, some of their guys, and then kind of just say we still don't have a whole lot of money, and that's kind of what I'm seeing. Like if they do sign free agents, it's gonna be like, to me it's gonna be like that third wave. I really want them to go. I really want them to spin, but man, I don't know, man. It's just like the same old with the Joneses.
Yeah, yeah. Let me see if they said they're having difficulties hearing me. So do I sound clear on your end, right?
Yeah, you sound straight. Yeah, you
I
good.
sound straight. Okay, let me see if I can bump up something on my end over here. But just to adhere to what you're saying, basically, that contract. I looked at it the other day. It
Yo,
goes
law,
all.
law, law, law. You talking your audio, bro.
Say again.
Your audio. It's like double.
Oh, you can hear me twice. Okay.
There you go. There you go. Now you're better. Now you're better.
All right. Let me see. Oh, what about now?
Yep, we
They,
clear.
they said I'm clear, but I'm low. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. All right. So I looked at Dak Prescott contract, and it's all the way up into the year of.
You are the only participant in the
Let me see if
conference.
that bumped up
All
anything.
participants are muted.
All right. So the contract goes into the year of 2032. That's a long time, bro. So
Man.
yeah, it's a long time. But the reason why they got those 4 avoidable years at the end of his contract, so they can dump most of that money because the real contract ends in the year 2028, which is that is even long. That's it's a 4 to 5 year contract. So
Right.
those avoidable years, it make it stretch out to the year 2032. So what they can do here is stretch and pull and dump some of that money. The NFL is looking for a surplus of money or revenue coming in from the betting league, also from other deals that they are in communication with, like the $111 billion that they're getting from Amazon and beyond. So the money aspect gonna always increase on the salary cap. The only problem is that the Joneses, this contract, is a good and a bad thing, meaning that they waited so late. They didn't negotiate the money on the front end. So it leaves us with the impression that we don't have money, but we do have $24 million available to spend. Of course, that's earmarked for next season, but it's just like a biblical situation. You can't bury your money and hide it for next
Right.
season and expecting to reap the benefits for this season, right? It states that, hey, you got to give your money to the exchangers. You see what I'm saying? Now I'm preaching. You got to give your money to the exchangers. You got to be willing to win, right? Because that's what the other 31 teams are doing. They have the mindset that they are willing to win now, and they are not trying to win the salary cap later. But by the Cowboys in that spot of operating out of comfort, and now going into this season, if you're planning on getting rid of Mike McCarthy and Mike Zim, you also got to adhere to the fact that whatever coach you bring in, what type of culture he's going to bring and what type of philosophy he's going to bring. So it's crazy, bro, when you look at it all together, Casey.
Yeah. That's just that the contract stuff. I'm not sure but it's just the Jones. They've been playing around with the salary cap and contracts and stuff. They've been doing it for a long time, and it's just annoying. They do it every year, and I always hope that they will wake up one day and change their mindset of how they go into the off season. But I just worry that they never gonna change.
No doubt, man. I don't think they are, man. I'll speak to you later, man, about this. But I appreciate you, man. Good points, man.
For sure.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so I'm gonna figure out this audio. We're gonna always figure out this audio before we let the next speaker on. I just want to say this though, it is an overall bad philosophy for the Cowboys to sit and wait while other teams going out there and getting. You can always compete at this level, right? When you start to talk about contracts in general, well, you can always compete as a team, but is it enough to get that firepower to do things beyond when you get to the postseason? What you do in the postseason is magnified of what you did in the regular season. If you're an undisciplined team, you get a lot of penalties in the regular season, well, it multiplies in the postseason. If you are a team that don't know how to do the fundamentals and you get to the postseason, the fundamental things will show up and show out to you. And that's where the Cowboys' number one issue been, in my opinion. And that's where we are at, Cowboy Nation. The lunatic, man, bring yourself up on stage, man. Let's get it.
Law, Cowboys Nation, ¿cómo estamos? How are you, Law? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you greatly, man. Yeah. I'm doing all right, bro. What you got?
This is what I got. Here I am getting off of overtime because I am hustling. I am by hook or by crook trying to improve my situation because, hey, I wasn't born with physical talents. I just got to, I'm a little smarter than some of the other ones, but I use that to my ability. But here are the Joneses, and I've seen this people. I mean, we've all been around these people who they get comfortable. Yeah. Hey, you know what? I'm glad where I'm. Hey, don't rock the boat. Don't do anything that won't, anything like that. Yeah. And they just don't want to succeed or get ahead in life. The Joneses have done it. Thank you, Jerry Jones, for providing Stephen Jones for what he has. But now he's just afraid to improve his franchise. Whereas old Howie in goddamn Birdland, he's like, hey, I can get fired. Mm-hmm. Screw it. I'm going to go and do this and do that. And I'm going to show my owner that I am worthy of the contract, that I am worthy of signing. Or if he fires me, somebody else will pick me up. And the Commodes, the new ownership, thank God for Daniel Schneider who kept them down. But now they're a new ownership group that says, hey, as Al Davis said, just show up and give me the wins. What do you want? What do you need? Here it is. And they've got the money. That ownership money has the group. And the Joneses are still in that mentality of, nah, we're doing okay. We just had some unlucky breaks. No, you overcome unlucky breaks through preparation. Unfortunately, they didn't prepare, and now we're in the middle of it. So look, after this Atlanta loss, because I'm sorry, it will be a loss. It will be a loss. Woo. That's it. All we are losing is better draft position. So just tank it. Mike McCarthy, you ain't going to be fired. Jerry said so. So just let's see what younger players and who we can build off of, because this is a lost season because your owner decided to make it that way.
Yeah, he had every opportunity.
It hurts as a Cowboys fan. It hurts. Law, you and I are I'm older than you. Yeah, I'm 51. I saw the glory days.
Yeah.
Anybody younger than 30, I don't fault them for saying, hey, if you want to choose a better team that is providing you something to talk smack with, I'm sorry. Even family members, I'm like, hey, I raised you to be Cowboys, but you can be Texan fans right now. You'll come around eventually, but it doesn't hurt because the Joneses, that's their mentality. So, hey, I'll be silver and blue till I die, but damn it, Law, they are killing me. They are killing me by 1,000 cuts.
Man. Well, let me see. You give me the score prediction for tomorrow on this L.
I mean, we'll score points, 27-20, 27-21. But I'm sorry, our defense, Mozzie has been, either it's him or it's the scheme. But you know what? last two draft classes have not done us any favor. For a team that says we draft and develop, you can't have these two draft classes like we did. Schoonmaker finally got to play against San Francisco and then went ahead and evaporated. He was over there with Dowdle dancing to the music, with another injury or something. Can't have that from a second-round pick. Guyton, I think, I like Guyton. Nealon, but sorry, injuries happen. That's why you prepare with depth, but we don't have it. So, it'll be 27, 28, 21, and hopefully that's it. Just improve our draft position, and let's get draft picks for the new regime. That's what you wanted, Jerry. That's what you wanted.
Yeah.
So here it is.
Yes, indeed, man. Appreciate you, my
But
dog.
Cowboys Nation, hey, we still love them. Don't let this ruin our weekend. We still got our family. We still got our friends. Thank God for every day we are above ground and a Cowboys fan, because I still say the Eagles, you even only have one. Goddamn Commode, you still have three. Midgets, I don't know what the hell they're doing, but we still got five. And yay, on a bad year, we can still get closer to the six than you can. So, fans, Cowboys Nation Law, thank you for everything you do. Support new Cowboys media. They're giving us the solutions. Jerry, Steven, open up your ears, open up your minds, and listen. Because we will always be puro pinche Cowboys. Dallas Cowboys, that's right. How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, baby. How about them, baby? Come on.
Have a great one, Cowboys Nation.
You too, man. Appreciate you, man. That's my guy right there. The lunatic, man. Yeah, he the one coined the phrase "see dangerous land," by the way, and you know how it goes, man. It is what it is, man. This is.
Yo, killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me.
Y'all killing me.
Killing me, man.
Killing me, man.
This is
Not fair, man. Over 30 years, man. Wink, man. You're live, man. On the platform. Talk to me, man.
Man, I'm trying to stop him laughing at you and all these your gimmicks, man. Be killing me, dog.
It's killing me, man.
But we need to laugh. We need to laugh at something because this season quickly going down the drain, dog. So we need a little humor in this thing right now. But my God, man. I mean, from what you were saying, they philosophy, I don't know what happened. Jerry and them, they used to be bringing in free agents, but something happened during that Garrett era, man. But they got like ultra conservative. They just all of a sudden, we just counting on the draft, and that is it. And only way you're gonna be a free agent, and we're gonna bring you in, is if you cost less than $3 million or less. Other than that. No, dog, you ain't coming. It's too much. We can't afford you, or whatever other excuse they want to come up with. But that's not the way. The way they had their championships, the way they built their championships was through proven free agents, and with Dion and all them other guys. But I don't know what happened in this after 2014 or whatever.
It's two things
somewhere
that
around
happened,
then.
though, Wink. One being, the Brandon Carr thing scared the hell out of them, right? Yeah.
But come on, dog. That was 2014. 10 years, you gonna be that scared?
They got that comfort that they can be scared because no one is going to fire them, right? So they can lean on that. They can remember that 2014 deal with Brandon Carr. And then the other thing that really sullied and denigrated this whole thing is the UFL. They said, look, you mean to tell me we got another group of guys that we can take a look at from the UFL? We're the UFL All-Stars.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we'll bring them boys in that were working at Walmart or Publix or Uber Lyft or one of them things and bring them in. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If you cost it ain't. That's like I think their wages is even less than the practice squad or somewhere equivalent to that. So I mean, golly, dog.
Yeah, it's rough, man. So they elevating Josh Butler, right? And we're leaning on Carson's or somebody else, Andrew Booth, to be the other DB versus the Atlanta, because we know Diggs. Look, I've been banging on the table this whole entire offseason knowing that
I've been listening to
you. The ACL thing, he's not going to be the Diggs before the ACL. It's going to at least take him a year. So that's the number one issue with the Joneses is that they can operate out of comfort and they can tell us, hey, just be mindful. that this guy that we pulling up from the practice squad, he was a USFL or UFL All-Star, man. He was able to do X, Y, and Z in that league, right? Or we got this guy. Think about what we did with Bland. He was a late-round draft pick. We can strike again. Hey, look at Brandon Aubrey. You know, look how we struck lightning with that. And Kevontae Turpin, 5'7" with cleats. Yeah, look at what we were able to do. He made All-Pro one year. So, yes, they love to operate out of that because they can operate out of comfort plus being cheaply with their money. So that's just how it is. It's a philosophy.
There's too much hope in that that low cost, low, that whole low salary guys, man. There's too much hope in that. When you got proven guys that's been in the league, that's like balling all over, and all these other teams that's bringing in free agents, and they don't even look at it's like they don't look at their competition and see what's happening.
Yeah. Everybody else knows how to go out there and make sure that they get a known commodity. The unknown is always a good thing because you can always sell that to a degree. Especially, there's not a person that's in the chat can tell me like, hey man, Marshawn Nealon gonna be trash. No, because he was the unknown. He was a second-round draft pick for us, right? Tyler Guyton. Until he played, right, we had to give positive and we had to give the Cowboys the benefit of the doubt because of their track record as it relates to offensive lineman drafting, right? So and it's too soon to judge because he's still a rookie. But those are things that you have to quantify that teams that's going to be contending don't lean on. They're rookies, right? They go out there and make trades. I'm seeing and hearing that even the 49ers are considering trading for DeForest Buckner. You know what I'm saying? They already got defense. They got Leonard Floyd. They got Bosa. Why they need to add more and more pieces? Oh, because more and more pieces help them win games.
Exactly. Even Minnesota's making moves. I mean, of all teams.
Yeah. Minnesota made moves. I seen a team that's undefeated out of the Kansas City Chiefs. They said, look, our quarterback needs more and more opportunities, more and more weapons. Our quarterback need help. And come on with it. They're going to bring him in with more weapons with D-Hop and giving him more help on defense, which that defense been lights out this year, right? That defense won them games.
And that's to your point, because they brought in, even after they lost Tyreek Hill, they brought in guys, and they didn't lean on their laurels saying, look, we brought in these guys and won another Super Bowl so we can just continue, on that path. No, they kept reloading, churning guys in, churning guys out, and that's why they keep winning. And at that point, their defense, caught up with them, and that's what's carrying them right now.
Yes, exactly what carrying them right now, their defense. And without that defense, they probably only have one Super Bowl. Or none. Defense win championships. And of course, I know people going to look at Pat Mahomes and say, hey, man, he's generationally talented quarterback. But if you look at all of those Super Bowls that he won and even participated in, he was the bus driver of those Super Bowls. But I get hated for saying that. But it's a team sport, not an individual. And it's crazy how people can only look at it on one side of things.
And it's not more proven than this year with all the interceptions he's thrown, and they still winning.
Big points, big facts, bro. What else you got before I let you go? What you got for the score prediction, man?
Man, it ain't going to be no even number because the Cowboys can't score without having a field goal somewhere in between there. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a lot of Brandon Aubrey. So I'm going to say they scored 2 touchdowns and then 2 field goals or whatever that add up to. That's the score. What, 20? Let's say 30-20 Falcons.
30-20. All right, bro. Appreciate you, man. Good call from you, man.
Yes, sir. Voice of Nation, stand up.
Yes, indeed. Stand tall or not at all, man. Come on, sip, man. Shoot. Yes, indeed. Eric, man, you next on the deck, man. Come on in here, man. Get in on this, bro.
Hey, La, I appreciate the time.
Appreciate
so I'm going to follow what the lunatic said earlier regarding the freedom of, we'll call it bravery, that Howie Roseman displays with his personal moves with the Eagles versus Steven dutifully following what his daddy says.
Yeah.
And, everyone, we fans, you prognosticators, NFL personnel around the league, we know that McCarthy, for example, is handcuffed.
Yeah.
Regardless of his play call limitations. Does McCarthy himself privately expect his coaching career to continue past this role? Does he expect a new head coaching opportunity with somebody after seeing what he's been through, what he by his own hand has done versus what he's been forced to, that line he's got to walk with Jerry? If he doesn't see that, even for an OC opportunity or a quarterback coach opportunity, if he sees that he's going to be so diminished after this because of what his other people in the NFL see him as, what he's devolved into, perhaps, maybe he stops walking the line. He says what we all been kind of waiting for: step off the white line, and make some decisions that puts Jerry in a position that he has to answer for more so than he's had to already. You've got Jerry's decisions that we'll have issues with, but what if McCarthy steps out of line? We're not talking unprofessionally. His decisions, game day decisions. You've seen me comment left and right about how I wish Dak, for example, with all the stuff that he is expected to do, what he can do, what support he requires, any QB requires in his position, what is to be lost by someone who has all that guaranteed money currently on the plate, saying, you know what, this play is called, I'm not even going to go to the audible. I'm going to do something. I'm going to pull an Aaron Rodgers without being an asshole about it. That's who among the two of them and anyone else who's empowered to try to do that on game day is willing to do it, knowing they have some protection. Everybody knows what Jerry is.
Right.
How long do you accept it in that vein?
Well, here's how it goes. You got two people philosophy when you about to lose your job. Either you go rogue and you say, hey, if I'm going down, I go down with the ship my way.
Right.
Or you go ultra soft and you kiss up, you kiss everything that they say. You adhere to everything they say so that you can be like, hey, at the end of the day, I did it your way. The contract is up. I got you the things that you wanted from me, and I didn't give you any backlashes from it. And I didn't pull and go against the grain with what you said. I'm doing everything you asked me to do, and therefore I want to get rewarded for those things. And I think that that's the way that Mike McCarthy went about it. Mike McCarthy came into this organization going about it his own way to a degree. Remember, he said, I don't want the names on the back of the jerseys. Right. And then all of a sudden there was no names on the back of the jerseys during training camp. I want the quarterbacks to wear red jerseys, and then all of a sudden you saw red jerseys. So he kind of conformed just a little bit because now you see the names back on the jerseys and stuff like that. But I think that it's a give and take type of relationship. But I think that Mike McCarthy has been so much down the line being unsullied that he don't have any ground to walk on to move that way now, because all of his important pieces are no longer here. Right? They got rid of Joe Philbin. They got rid of the other guy. I think he was his advisory guy. For no reason, they got rid of him. They got rid of other pieces that was along this team that was part of his administration. So he don't have nobody to really bang the table on outside of Scott McCurley, who's underperforming in his job, who don't supposed to have the job by the way, and as well as Jeff Blasco, who there are people that's watching right now got more experience in running the ball than Jeff Blasco. So yeah, I agree that this could be the last year of Mike McCarthy based off of his docile ways.
Yeah, it's just everyone can tell it's this weird combination of there's no gray area for any of these guys I mentioned to kind of operate without being a real hit or real miss.
Yeah.
And also for all the mystery that some of us may think Jerry Jones has around him, what he doesn't say in public, he really is the most transparent person in the NFL right now, which again encourages, if you have bravery and you feel like you're convinced there's no bridge to burn, that everyone would understand that some of this hasn't happened yet, but your points are well taken.
Yes, indeed. Appreciate you, Eric, man. Thank you for calling in. Great analysis, bro. Appreciate you.
You got it. Thank you.
Good call from him. Let me see who's next on here. We'll try to get to everybody, man. We're live. Keep in mind, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, as well as the X app. And my thing is, Jerry Jones and Stevie Jones got a philosophy that they are not willing to change. They operate out of comfort, which is cool to a degree, but there's no growth in comfort, right? So that's why we can see the flaws. There's no staying up until you get the job right and done. These guys are not staying up to 2 or 3 hours at 2 or 3 o'clock a.m. in the morning. They're not burning the midnight oil. They're not on the phone calling these teams left and right, saying that, hey, I need this guy. I want this guy, right? They're not doing all of those things. Yeah, Ezekiel Elliott is out. I'm going to have some more and more details of that down the stretch on why he's not even traveling with the team. Some people say it's due to disciplinary actions for those who are out there, but it is what it is. The Cowboys going to roll into Atlanta land with Rico, Cook, and as well as Hunter as your 3 running backs. Maybe they activate 4. Deuce Vaughn can be in the mix. But we like our guys' philosophy. It's not a winnable philosophy, in my opinion. No, it's not. It's we like to settle. Every team in the National Football League knows that, hey, yeah, just because you got a number 1 wide receiver, you need to counter someone to take that away. Not to dog on Jalen Tolbert and Jalen Brooks, but no teams are in fear of those boys. They are not game planning to take them out of the game. But they are bracketing and they are rolling covers to CeeDee Lamb's way. They are now waving off Jake Ferguson because we don't even run them on a seam route anymore. It's like we forgot how to do those things, right? So they are like waving him off. TD Labs, man, you're next on the deck. Appreciate you, man. What you got for me?
Law, appreciate all the support, man. Thanks so much for helping me out, get my page up and get myself out to Cowboys Nation. I want to ask you guys a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys think that what's happening in the running back room right now, with Zeke kind of being out for quote-unquote disciplinary reasons, is a power struggle between the Jones boys and Mike McCarthy? I think going into this season, Mike knew that Rico was going to be his number 1 back.
Mm-hmm.
But, the Jones boys, they owed Zeke some money. And you could say that they put him back on the team just knowing that they're going to pay him anyways.
Right.
But it seems like, there's a little bit of a power struggle going on with that illness coming up last week, Zeke sitting this week, Jerry Jones' comments about the run game, and him really saying that he didn't see us sitting here at 3 and 4 at this point in the season. So you guys think something's going on with ownership and the coaching staff around the running back room?
Well, this is what I know and what was given to me that I can say this publicly, and shout out to the agency that allowed me to say this. Originally Zeke wasn't liked by Mike McCarthy. He wasn't brought in for Mike McCarthy. That was a Jerry Jones thing, right? And Zeke got here, he switched his number from 21 to 15. That kind of roughened some people the other way, But Trey Lance was looking at it like, hey, he can have the 15, give me 19, and then they did some swaps around. So he did play that higher card and veteran card that a lot of people didn't really like, right? But that's just how it goes. 15 was his number. That's who he is, right? But it also goes to this detail here with Ezekiel Elliott. If I'm going to speak freely on this. Jeff Blasco don't know football. Zeke been playing football since the younger age of 7, right? So when there's something like a discourse of like, hey, you don't run that particular play that way, and if you got somebody learning on the job that's only been in their 2nd season calling running plays and talking about blocks and formation, who never played football, when it's time for them to do the evaluation, they go and look up metrics. They look up analytics instead of looking at the tape. And that's where the discourse was at. So he came in a disadvantage because Jeff Blasco. But what they're going to see is tomorrow they're going to see some of the same issues that's not going to be fixed, because if you don't know, you don't know. And that's what's going on. So it was a discord between, think about it. Think about Ezekiel Elliott in general. Think about his running back coach. You had the Skip Pete's of the world. You had Gary Brown, may he rest in peace. Them dudes forgot more football than Jeff Blasco. So there was always a distinction between Jeff Blasco and Ezekiel Elliott, and majority of it came from knowledge base.
Law, let me pop out for 1 second here. I put out some research this week, and it was around Mike McCarthy's coaching tree.
Mhm.
I don't think anybody's looked into this and has done any kind of research of. Everyone talks about the Shanahan tree, and they're like, "Yo, I want to coach from the McVay tree." Like, where are these guys actually coming from? You know what I
Right.
mean? So, the Shanahan tree, the McVay tree, these guys are actually coming from John Gruden, and John Gruden is coming from the Mike Holmgren tree. So that's actually somebody who Mike McCarthy was a successor for. And he actually has the opposite scheme because he's coming from Marty Schottenheimer. And there's a couple of good coaches that came from that tree. Shameless, but you guys check my YouTube video out on it. It's really, when you go to Holmgren's tree, you're going to see Andy Reid coming out of there.
Right.
You're going to see John Gruden. You're going to see Mike Shanahan. You're going to see Sean McVay. But you go to the Schottenheimer tree, you're getting guys like Mike McCarthy, but you're also getting guys like Mike Tomlin that are in there, right? There's some good coaches that are coming out of that tree. So I just don't understand how Mike put this team at such a disadvantage. Like, Law, you're talking about Jeff Blasco. He's a first-time running back coach right now. He's actually originally an O-line coach. And then we have Mike Solari, someone who's like a dinosaur coaching the O-line. I think a big point to put out here is the Dallas Cowboys coaches, I think 50% of them wouldn't even have a job on another staff. A lot of them are inexperienced. I know Mike McCarthy wants to give his coaches a lot of experience to grow, but he's coaching with like a staff right now that has little to no knowledge in the NFL when it comes to their position groups.
Yeah, and it's sad, right? He's from Pittsburgh. I think he went to Kansas. He was there as a tight end / offensive line coach. Yeah. But like you said, this is his first time doing running back stuff, and they just have some principle things that's not tied into each other. And he goes rogue to a degree because he don't agree with Mike Solari on certain things. So when you have a mixed dish of different philosophies, and think about it, like you lamented, 50% of these guys won't be on a job somewhere else. So now they are all picking up the phone every week saying, "Hey, you still gonna look after me? Look out for me when the season is over with, right? You got me." They're trying to do favors for each other, and they're trying to put their guys in that they know for sure.
Let's just be real, bro.
Go
You
ahead.
got your job, right? And you're on a contract. You got 1 year left.
Yeah.
Things aren't going so well. You got half your contract that's already kind of completed. You're going to start looking elsewhere, right? Like, how much of your focus is going to be on that next game rather than kind of taking care of your family and knowing that the ship's going down and things are, that kind of stuff is showing on game day, right? With the preparation and then him coming out in the press conferences and saying that, practice wasn't great this week. The players admitting to that. It's just bad all around, bro.
Hell yeah, man. So, hey, man, it's just war for what it is, man. They got the right kind of guys that they want, but it's the wrong kind of guys to win games. TD, man, let people know, man, where they can find and follow you. And you and I are going to definitely have to link up on some things that I want to talk to you off air about.
We'll link up, bro. Yo, thanks so much for supporting my page, guys. You can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on X. I'm at TD Labs. Do a lot of film breakdown. Shout out to Tuck. Shout out to Law. Lots of these guys supporting me. King Capers. I'm a new content creator. Just putting myself out there. I'm out here in Canada, so I'm not close to Dallas at all. You guys have been showing me a ton of love. Law, I appreciate you so much, man. Look up to you, bro. And we'll talk boys, man. I'll message you outside of this.
Most certainly, man. Good call from him. Y'all, we're going to wrap this show up, but, man, it was great talking to all of you guys about this this in general. But before I go, I just want to tell you guys that this team, we got a few things that we definitely going to have to work on. But the problem is not everybody's on the same page. Not everybody's singing from the same hymnal. No. Everybody is on their own pathway to solidify their job down the stretch. They are picking up the phone. I know identifiable before the season even kicked off that a coach, I ain't gonna say his name, was already saying, "Dog, at the end of this, I'm done with this team, dog." And that's just how it is, ladies and gentlemen. People are fed up, man. People are done with this team. And that was before it even started. Can you imagine how it is now? And a team supposed to be together, everyone achieves more. But when you see the writing on the wall, and you see the lack of motion, the lack of movement. You're seeing how things are being operated and handled. Stephen Wonder can see these things are not going the way it's supposed to be. They say this right here, ladies and gentlemen. Write this down. The eyes are useless when the mind is blind. Yeah. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, trade deadline is here. We know that one player can have an impact for this team to drive better things to happen for this team. But when you refuse to do just that and lean on guys without the experience, without the knowledge, without the wisdom and understanding of a game, like I said before, that new broom can sweep the floor good, but that old broom can get those corners, and we're not able to get those corners. Shout out to the Lunatic, support New Cowboys Media, DC for life, for F all of the haters, he's right. So even a prize fighter knows that there's a puncher's chance in this. Now, as a die-hard Cowboy fan, I'm all in to saying we're going to win. Logically speaking, we're not going to count ourselves out. But when you look at the paper and you look at everything and you're seeing what everybody else is doing and you are saying that you are content with your actions, that you're going to make it happen without moving. I said this earlier this week, I can have all of the faith in the world that things are going to change. But write this down, faith without works is dead. It's dead. When the expectations meets the realities, you realize and you understand. There's three types of people on this planet. A person that go out there and make things happen, a person that watch things happen, and a person that say, what just happened? Why am I here? Well, we've been the team that says, what just happened? It's been 30 years. Stephen Jones looks just as old as Jerry Jones. It look like they can be brothers, not daddy and father over there, or father and son. Yeah, they look just the same age. And if Jerry is 82 and Steve is still in his 50s or 60s, there's 22 more years if Stephen Jones end up living the same length of years of Jerry. Where will you reside? What side do you reside on, huh? It's Stephen Jones' way. Come on, baby, we all love beans and bologna, but we can't eat that all the time. Them beans and bologna getting old, Jerry. Give me some rice at least. Yeah, and fry that bologna. I want mine hard, but make sure you slice the edges so it won't rise up on us. Come on with it. And we need to do some slicing around here, man. But Mama said, write this down, ladies and gentlemen. She said it'll be days just like this. But store this into your heart. And if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep. If all of your desires of them makes you quite mad enough that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything taut in your cheek, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you will gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, or lose all terror of your mind for it. If you would simply, oh, just simply, Dak Prescott, run the ball. Oh, just simply, C.D. Lamb, catch the ball. Oh, just simply, John Stephen Jones and Jerry Wayne and things. Go out there and trade for somebody. Go out there and make something happen. Stop watching, stop looking, and stop saying what just happened. Stop having your face longer than Jay Leno's chin. If you would gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, and plan for it, and lose all terror of your mind. If you would simply, just simply go after the thing you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or poverty or the famish or fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everyone that's listening. In the words of Playmaker, in prime time for your mind.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah, baby!
What more do you want from me?
Let's get on up out of here, baby. Zeke, where you at? Is that Zeke? Is that Zeke? Me, Zeke, and Stacy, we gonna be watching the game at the crib. Stacy! Stacy, let's go get them $10,000 together, man. We go at the Echo Lounge and watch the game. Come on with it. Come on, baby. Riggs! And who can do it like Law? Come on. Roll those credits for your boy. Yeah. Come on with it. Cowboys going to the Super Bowl, baby. Take Super Bowl off. Cowboys going to the Super Forks. The Super Knives. The Super 8, baby. The Cowboys going to the Super. You're out. Mama said. Hey. I just wanna run it up. The Super Flea Market Boys, baby. You better watch out. Until next time.
That mother don't miss, man. He's good. In the heat of battle, he don't miss. In the heat of controversy, he don't miss.
This is where we hold them. This is where we
Let me crack your cranium and fertilize your brain.
Until next time. Oh my gosh, man. Until next time.
What's your point? What's your point? Okay, so what?
Yeah.
Shame.
They can come closer than close.
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
Original, they never.
Come on, choir. The Super Cowboys coaching staff. The Attempt Jobs. Brought to you by Cat Williams.
Jesus, this is your humble servant, Lord.
The longest outro in life.
Just saying this burden is a little bit too heavy for your servant, Lord. I'm just saying, Jesus, my cup runneth over, Lord, is what I'm saying. The thing is, I ain't even thirsty, Jesus, not a little bit. You can take this whole cup, the picture of it, all of it, Jesus.
Here we go. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Riggs.
Robert.
Come on, choir. We winning tomorrow, baby. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We winning tomorrow, baby. 34-28. Come on, Cowboys. Come on, baby. Let's go.
God sees in you what you don't see in yourself. And that's why he chose you to break generation cycles. And he about to open door for you that no man can shut. That no man can shut. Because he wants to be a witness for what he about to do. My God.
He is about to be a witness
For what he about to do.
Come on
so
with
keep
it.
faith.
Keep faith, y'all.
And don't worry about if God gonna do it. Because it's already done. It's already done. You are.
Somebody said Jerry do look younger than Jerry do look younger than Steven. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, that's right. See, when you invest in something and you hustle and you work for something, you got a different type of attachment to it. You're going to have a cold day in hell for somebody to try to take this from you. We live by this, we die by this. We don't surrender, we don't retreat. Every man must search his own soul. I listen to that quote every morning. I want to get mine out the mud. I want mine out the dirt. I don't want no handouts. I don't want no celebrity to co-sign me and somebody to see me in the street and say, I remember when such and such put you on. No. It may sound harsh, but I'm going to beat myself up so the world can't beat me up. Because the world is a cruel place. It can be a beautiful place if you allow it to be. Once your perspective changes, that's when miracles happen. What else I got to conquer so I can get to the next level? What else? There's always going to be giants at the gate. If it ain't rough, it ain't us. Let's go. So it ain't like, why me? It's like, why not me? Let's do it. The flowers don't chase the bees.